Hola, profe, buenas noches.
Good evening. How are you today,
No
Sandra?
escucho nada.
Fine,
As-
thank you, teacher.
Okay. And how are you today, Nancy?
I'm fine, teacher. And you?
I am fine, thank you. And how are you today, Yamile? Yamile,
Fine, teacher.
welcome to the class.
Thank
And
you.
how are you today, Jeanette? Jeanette, can you listen me, Jeanette? Okay. How are you today, Olga?
Hello, teacher and classmate. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I am fine, thank you. And how are you today, Lida, excuse me.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, how are you today?
Very good, teacher.
Okay, perfect. And so I am going to sharing my screen. Wait for a moment, please. Um, yes. So can you see my screen?
No, teacher.
No? Wait for a moment. Can you see my screen? Lida, can you see my screen?
No, teacher.
No. Why? And so I change um, for wait for a moment. I change. So can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
teacher.
teacher. Yes,
Okay.
teacher. Yes, teacher.
Okay. Thank you. And so this is the topic for today. This is the present simple or in the structure. Remember for affirmative and negative and interrogative. Okay. So the structure for affirmative sentences is I, the pronoun I, and the verb play in this case, and the complement is football on Friday. So, and do you see and remember the rules for the present simple, and in this case for I and for you, and the verb is an infinitive for example, I play football on Friday and you play football on Friday. But for the pronoun he, she, or it, the verb change, and in this case is the verb play, and this verb why change only at the s, and for the three person and the he, she, or it, and so he plays football on Friday, or she plays football on Friday, or it plays football on Friday. So for we, you, and they, the verb is an infinitive for, in this case, we play football. So the verb change only on the person of singular, and so according to the structure in negative form, and so can you see I, and the of the auxiliary in this case is don't, because it's the contraction for do not, and in this case I don't play football, or you don't play football, but on Friday, excuse me. But for he, for she, or for it, do change, and the auxiliary is doesn't, and the contraction in this case, he doesn't play football on Friday, or she doesn't play football on Friday. And for we, for you, or for they, the auxiliary is don't, the contraction, don't play football on Friday. And so you can see only chance for in affirmative for he, for she, or for it, and the verb, and in this case, for he, for she, or for it, the auxiliary does, and for the other pronoun, the auxiliary don't. Okay, so an interrogative for do, for I, you, we, and they, and so you can tell, do you play football on Friday, for example, or for he, she, or it, you can see make a question, does he play football on Friday? You can see and done in these sentences or in this for, and the verb don't change. The verb is an infinitive for, and you need only the auxiliary according to the pronoun. So when you use the present simple, okay, we use the present simple for habits and action that we do regularly. For example, he visits his friend every Sunday, or she goes to school by bus. And for general truths, the sun rises in the east, or for the permanent situation. And so, for example, he lives in Athens. Okay, so according to the example, you can see a very example for the structure according to the present simple form and the positive and affirmative sentences. And for example, in this case, the verb is work, and I for I, you, work, and for he, for she, or for it, works, and for it, and for we, and for they, work. And negative for, you can see the contraction, and don't work, I don't work, for example. And for he, for she, or for it, the contraction for does, he doesn't work, or she doesn't work. So for we and for they, don't work in this case. And for question, you can see the auxiliary is do, for I, for you, for I, and for you, for make a question. But for he, she, or it, you use the auxiliary does. And for example, does she work? And for we and they, you use the auxiliary do. So, and for short answer in present simple, you can see yes, I do, or in no, I don't, or no, she doesn't. And so, according to the previous example, you can see, please, on a video. And so wait for a moment, please. I copy the link and I share to the link on the chat. Please watch the video, and when you finish, tell me, please, for continue this activity for today and this class. Okay, so may see the video, please. Okay, so we finish on the link on the video, and so according to this video, you can see the rules of the the excuse me, the third person singular, and in this case for he, for she, or for it, and the present simple verb at as in the example. For example, I work, you work, and he works. You can see the letter S in this case, and however not the following section in which es. And so, for example, he watched TV, she teach English, he watched his clothes, she miss, and he goes, she fix bicycle, and with the verbs that end in Y, change the Y to I before adding S, adding ES. In this case, for example, he hurries to work and she studies English and he worries to math. And for verbs that Y and press and are preceded by a vowel A, E, I, O, U, and don't change the Y to I. For example, in this case, place before in this verb there is a before a vowel, and so don't change for a Y, and so you can only the S in this case. She plays soccer, and in this case is the verb, and he buys lunch. So the other rules don't change the person singular present simple verbs in the following case. And in this question, for example, the verb is an infinitive form, and does she work? You can see the infinitive form, and does he watch TV? Where does she fish? Only the auxiliary change for the three person, and this case for does, for she, for he, and for it, but for the other pronoun is do. And negative sentences, she doesn't work and he doesn't watch TV in this case, and so only the verb is an infinitive form because the auxiliary is contraction doesn't. And for in the modal verbs, in this case, she can fix bicycle and he should go to school, or she must study. So according to the previous rules and video, you can see the correct answer in this exercise is about the present simple tense, and it's very easy. For I made a question for to Olga. Olga,
Tell me, teacher.
okay, and click on the correct option, and in this case, tell the correct option. And what is the correct option in this sentence? Is drink or drink?
Otherwise, drink. Drink.
Drinks.
Yes.
Drink, drinks, because is the
Bob
pronoun
is
Bob.
a he,
Is
three
he.
person.
Okay,
Teacher,
so
use
the correct option, Olga. Olga, can you read this sentence with the correct option?
and the two
Yes,
option.
yes,
What
Bob.
does and Bob always drinks tea in the morning.
Yes. And so can you, Yamile, can you choose the correct option in these second sentences?
What does she like? She like?
Like, because do you remember the verb is infinitive form, what is a question, and so you need choose the auxiliary only, and so in this case for she, the correct auxiliary is does.
That.
So what
Does.
does she
What does she
like?
like?
Yes, and thank you, perfect. And so then with
Nah,
Jeanette,
yes.
Jeanette, Jeanette, Jeanette,
No,
Jeanette,
yo quería.
who? Jeanette,
My sister doesn't play tennis.
my sister doesn't play tennis. So, and Nancy, can you read the sentence with the correct
Yes,
option?
teacher.
Okay, so
The correct option is they often visit their
they often
grandfather at weekend.
they
Mm,
often visit their
visit
grandparents at weekend. Weekend. Oh,
weekend.
okay. So for the other person, Sandra.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Sandra. Can you read the correct option? Your sentence with the correct option in this case is number
Yes,
5.
yes, teacher. We
Um,
sometimes goes
Yes.
the
Go,
ice rink.
go.
Oh,
And
go.
so
go.
we sometimes go because
And
the pronoun
sometimes
is
go
we,
to the ice
and
rink.
so we sometimes go to the
Go.
ice rink.
So,
Okay, so I continue with the sentences 6 and any volunteer, or is there any volunteer?
check
Yo
where
teacher que no he participado, please.
where do your
Ay,
parents
sorry.
come from? Ah,
Who? Excuse me, I don't see. Lida? Lida?
No,
Yes,
Alexandra.
teacher.
Alexandra?
No, ya llegué,
Ujú.
teacher.
Jeanette?
Estaba con el
Ah, Jeanette. Jeanette.
Ujú.
So, Jeanette, number 6 question.
Where do your partners comes from?
Come from. Where do your partners come from? So, and Lida, number 7.
Okay, teacher. Does you want
No,
to go
two,
no,
oscuro?
do.
Ah, sí, sí, teacher.
two.
Do you want, sí. Do you want to go home?
Yes. And so, Olga,
I don't
I don't, Olga soy yo. I don't watch television after school.
restriction after school.
okay. Okay, perfect. Exercise is very easy. So then you need complete use the present simple for these sentences, and you can write the correct answer, and after you can read the correct answer according to the question. And mm, 5 minutes for complete these sentences. Remember, for example, in this case is who Sally visit in Spain, and please complete the other sentences. Okay, so you can write in this paper, and for example, and after you can read the correct answer for these sentences. Okay. Do you understand this activity?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So you can to
Teacher, I don't the screen. I don't the screen. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Teacher, nuevamente no podemos ver en la pantalla.
I am finished.
Nancy, can you finish this activity?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. And Jeanette, Sandra,
No, teacher,
Yamile.
ya.
Okay, wait for a moment. So when you're finished.
Okay, teacher.
Finish, teacher. Finish.
And make the answer according to this question. So in this case, what is the current word for according to the pronoun? Sandra.
Okay,
Sandra, what
teacher.
is Sandra? Can you tell me what is the correct word in this case?
Eh, teacher, dice, who is Ali?
No. Who does?
Who does? Who does
Who does?
Sally?
According to the auxiliary, who does Sally?
Who does Sally visit in
This
Spanish?
Spain.
Visit in Spain.
Spain.
Spain?
Spain.
Spain.
Spain. Who does Sally visit in Spain? And please, Nancy, can you tell me the answer for the answer?
she visit her house
Her
and
aunt
uncle.
and uncle. And so
Uncle. And
she visits
little
because no, she visits because in this case the verb
visit.
is for he person, and so you add the s,
Yes, yes,
and so she visits her
she
aunt and
visit.
uncle.
Yes,
Okay, so and Jamile, can you please tell me the answer?
Does Tom go to school on foot?
No.
Oh, perdón.
Doesn't
Go
go
to school
Go.
by bus. By
by
bus.
bus. Yes. And Jeanette, can you tell me with the answer? In this case,
No, he does. He
it doesn't.
doesn't. He go to school on foot.
No,
Go.
is or no, is no. He doesn't. He goes because you add the for the third person you add the es in this case according to the pronoun. Remember, and so he goes to a
Goes
school on
foot
go,
on foot.
goes to school on foot. And so, Olga, please, can you tell me what is the answer in this question?
What does she watch?
Doesn't.
What
Does she watch on TV?
okay, perfect. What does she watch on TV? Because it's a question, so you need the auxiliary. In this case, according to the pronoun, is does, and the verb is an infinitive form. So, and in the other sentences, can you, Lida? Lida,
Yes, teacher. The
okay,
answer?
yes,
Okay, she watches the news, but she doesn't watch soap operas.
yes, perfect. And so, do you remember she watches? Because it's a third person, is for the pronoun she, and in this case, it's a negative for, and you use doesn't watch an infinitive for doesn't soap operas. Okay, so, and for the other sentences, Sandra, please complete this
Okay, teacher.
question.
Don't
Do, do.
they like
Swimming. And
swimming?
so, do they
Do,
like swimming? Excuse me. Because the pronoun is they, and so the auxiliary is do. Do they
do.
like? Because the verb is an infinitive for, but is a question because it's a question. And so, the other is, can you, Nancy, complete?
Yes.
Yes, they do. But they don't don't
Running.
like running.
Yes. Yes, they do, but
Do
they don't
don't
like
like
running.
running.
Okay, so and for the other, can you, Jamile,
Okay. When do you go to a football match?
football, Matt, and Jeanette, please.
I, ¿cómo se pronuncia, teacher? Go? I go
I
to
go.
I go to a football match on Sunday. Sundays.
Okay, and so perfect. And then and the other exercise, you need choose and write the correct form of the verb. In this case, for example, I take the bus at 2 p.m. And so she takes the bus at 3 p.m. And so what is the correct answer in this case, for example?
I get up at 5 a.m.
Yes, very good. And the other,
I was
Yes. I
my
wash
face.
my face.
My face.
Okay. And the other,
You have
you have breakfast
breakfast at 6 a.m.
a.m. Okay. And Olga, what is the answer for these sentences?
You get at 10 p.m.
You go to
Usted va
sleep
a la
at
cama a
10
dormir.
p.m. Okay. And remember the rules for the pronoun and for the T person. In this case, for example, he, do you, the answer for this sentence, for the word.
He,
He gets up
Yes, sir.
because you add the S in
Queda.
this case.
Okay.
Gets up. He gets up at 6 a.m. So in the other sentences with the correct verb, for example,
He
He
washes
washes
his face.
his face.
he watches his face, for example. And for the other sentences,
She have
yes,
she have
breakfast
breakfast
at
at
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
a.m. Lida, what is the correct answer or the correct verb in this case?
She goes to sleep.
But you read she goes
Uh,
to sleep at
goes to sleep
9
at 9 p.m.
p.m. Okay, so
Okay.
perfect. And the and other exercise is daily routine exercise. Okay, in this exercise, you need complete the vocabulary and complete the action and without the verb. And after, you can see the choose the correct picture according to the action. And so, for example, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, or number 7. And in this case, for
Okay.
example, get up, get up. What is the
Entonces,
correct
grab number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7?
7.
Is perfect, is perfect. And for get up, and the letter B,
Number
Number 4.
because what is the action?
no.
Brush my face.
No,
No,
wash,
Wash.
wash
mentira.
my face. And so the correct picture according to the action, what is the correct picture?
The number four.
Four. Four.
4, yes.
Four.
Okay, and in this case is
Mm,
Get.
Number 5.
get dressed is for number
Se me olvidó.
5.
Number
Get.
5.
Dress number 5. So, and for the
Get,
C,
get.
comb
Number three.
Brush
my
my
hair,
hair.
comb comb
Come. Yes.
comb
Come.
my hair. What is the correct picture according to the sentences?
Number
The
3.
number 3.
3.
Three.
Yes, is correct. And for the other sentences, what is the correct verb or action in this case?
Number 2. Brush my teeth.
Brush, brush
Brush my
my
teeth.
teeth. Okay, perfect. And the other sentences, and for the bus,
Go to
no,
the bus.
no,
Num
take, take, take the bus,
6.
and is the picture number 6.
6.
Take the
Six.
bus. Number 6. Okay, so, and then you can, you give 10 minutes and for may and for answer this question. Yes, for example, what time do you get up on weekdays? And so you can see, you can answer this question, and when you finish, tell me because I read this answer. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so
I finished, teacher.
Okay. And the other
Esta vez sí, no.
finish, Nancy?
No,
No?
esta vez sí me ganó la compañera.
Okay, wait for a moment. So when you're finished.
Okay, teacher.
So, Olga,
Tell me, teacher.
you're finished?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. And so I am going to start with you and for me a question, okay? And what time do you get up on weekdays?
I get up at 6 o'clock.
Okay. And where do you eat lunch?
I eat I eat lunch in my job.
Okay. And what do you do on weekends?
I chat with my family. I watch TV. I go for a walk.
Okay. And where do you go shopping?
I go shopping in the supermarket.
At supermarket. At supermarket.
At supermarket.
Okay. What books or magazine do you read?
I don't read magazines. I read books in the histories and the comedies.
Okay. And what TV programs do you watch?
My favorite program TV is Cantinflas movies.
Okay. Thank you. And so I'm then Yamile.
Okay, teacher.
What time do you get up on weekdays?
I get out 8 a.m.
I get up at 8 a.m.
a.m.
Oh, okay. Where do you eat lunch?
I have breakfast in dining
No,
room.
it's lunch.
Lunch. Okay. I lunch.
Uh-huh.
I lunch
Where?
breakfast.
No, lunch is almuerzo. So, do you answer I lunch at dining room, for example,
I
or
lunch.
at an office or at restaurant, for example?
Okay. I lunch in dining room.
In dining room.
Dining room.
Okay. And what do you do on weekends?
I studies on weekends.
Okay. And where do you go shopping?
I do shopping mall Puerta del Norte.
Is a mall?
Some
Is a mall? Is a
Is a-
mall?
Yes.
Okay. And what books or magazine do you read?
I read the Bible.
Okay. And what TV programs do you watch?
I watch a series of Netflix and with it.
Okay. And thank you, Jamile. And then for Nancy. Nancy.
Espérame. Yes, teacher.
Okay. Nancy, what time do you get up on weekdays?
I get up at 9 o'clock on weekend.
No, it's weekdays. Is
Ah, todos los días.
entre semana.
Okay. I get up at 6 o'clock.
Okay. And where do you eat lunch?
I eat lunch in
Eat.
my house.
I eat lunch in
I eat lunch in my house.
or you can I eat lunch at home, for example.
Ah, okay. At home.
And what do you do on weekends?
On weekend, I use sharing my son. I watch TV.
No.
I study.
I
I
spend time with my family. I
oh,
spend
my
time with
fast.
my family, for example. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. The other, where do you go shopping?
And I go shopping in a store and supermarket.
At supermarket.
At at
Okay. And what books or magazine do you read?
I read book of a story.
Okay. And what TV programs do you watch?
I TV program.
I watch
I watch TV program is novel.
novels. Okay. Okay. So, and then Nancy? No, Jeanette. Jeanette.
Yes,
Jeanette?
teacher, yes.
Okay. What time do you get up on weekdays?
I get up at 6 in the morning.
Okay. And where do you eat lunch?
I lunch in the apartment
At home.
in my home. Sí, in my home.
At home.
Yes, at home.
And what do you do on weekends?
We almost always go to the farm to distract our servants. ¿Cómo se pronuncia, teacher? Our servants.
Watch, can, or see.
Distraernos. Distract.
No, I spend time with my family. For example, is for a child to family. Yes, or
Yes.
okay. And so, where do you go shopping?
I usually
I usually, yes.
usually go to the city market square.
Okay. And what books or magazine do you read?
I like store books. They are very interesting for me.
Okay. And for the other question, what TV programs do you watch?
I really like to see Korean novels and the telenovels that they give at the night.
Okay. And thank you. The other for Lida.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What time do you get up on weekdays?
I get up at 7 o'clock.
Okay. And where do you eat lunch?
I have lunch at my grandmother's house.
Okay, and what do you do on weekends?
Okay, on Saturdays, I study from 8 to 11 a.m. And in the afternoon, I work. And on days, I go to church and I visit my grandfather.
Okay, and where do you go shopping?
Okay, I go to shopping to at the Uniplaza Center.
Mall,
Shopping is a mall. Mall,
mall,
yes, yes,
mall.
it's a
And
mall.
what
Yes.
books or magazine do you read?
I read romantic books or magazines about horror stories.
Okay, very interesting. And what TV programs do you watch?
I don't usually watch TV, but when I do, I watch an animal documentaries.
Animal documents or documentaries.
Documents.
Okay,
Okay.
and so very interesting. And the other exercise, you can see for the Zoom, for you can see. Okay, and this is my weekly routine for Mr. Brown, and you need write the sentences according to the picture and the day. And for example, this picture that are in the T person because it's Mr. Brown. And so, for example, on Sunday, he does the laundry. And for the Monday, can you write the sentences? Sandra, please. And for the Tuesday, Nancy. For Wednesday, Jamile. And for Tuesday, Jeanette. And for Friday, Olga. And for on Saturday, Lida, please. And five minutes for make a sentence and for write this
Teacher, excuse me,
sentence.
a mí me corresponde Wednesday.
Jeanette?
Wednesday.
Yes. And repeat. And Sunday, no. And Monday, Sandra. Tuesday, Nancy. Wednesday, and Jamile. And Tuesday, Jeanette. And Friday, Olga. And Lida, Saturday.
Teacher, discúlpeme, ¿la puede ampliar un poquito? Es que no entiendo bien la imagen.
Yes.
Veo como platos, pero no veo mal. No la entiendo, teacher, ¿está lavando como platos?
On Monday,
No, es
Tuesdays? Yes, yes.
Ok.
Y on Tuesday está
Tuesday,
play,
Tuesday? No,
play.
Friday.
No,
On Friday, he
no.
plays soccer.
Tuesday.
Tuesday is watches the dish.
Martes. Tuesday.
Tuesday. He drives his car, for example.
Drive. Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Teacher, please, I ¿Me puedes mostrar cuál es la de Freak Day?
Friday.
Yes. Es que no sé cuál de los
Friday.
Ajá.
He plays soccer.
Ah, ya. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, finish. Finish the activity.
Yes, teacher. I am finished.
Okay. And so, for example, and for Mr. Brown and for Monday, for example. Monday is Sandra.
Okay, teacher. Teacher, on Monday, I prepare
No,
at the
he because it's Mr. Brown.
English. No, teacher?
No, it's on Monday. He, the pronoun is he because it's Mr. Brown.
Okay, teacher.
Only change the pronouns. For example, on Monday, he
Cooking. Cook. Perdón.
he cooks or he prepares another possibility. He prepare his family. He prepare the dinner, for example, for his family. Is another possibility. And thank you. And so Tuesday for Nancy.
Yes, teacher. On Tuesday, he doesn't go to work.
No,
No.
Tuesday.
Bueno, on Tuesday, he
He
does.
drive
Sí, he
drive
drive.
his car.
Bueno, yo lo había colocado como que él va al trabajo o él maneja hacia el trabajo.
Yes, maybe. And because he drive, for example, his car is another possibility for this image or for this picture. And for the Jamile, Wednesday.
Okay, teacher. On Wednesday, Wednesday, he watched news TV.
He watched TV, for example. And thank you. And for then Jeanette, please. For Tuesday.
Okay, teacher. And Thursday, he washing
Yes.
the dishes after finish lunch.
He watches the dish, for example. And thank you. And Jeanette. And then Olga on Friday.
On Friday, I do play soccer with my friends.
He, in this case. On Friday, he plays
He
soccer.
plays soccer with my
Soccer.
friends.
Yes, for example. And for Lida, on Saturday,
Okay, teacher. On Saturday, Mr. Brown spends time with his son and goes fishing with him.
yes. And for example, this another possibility, your last sentences. And Mr. Brown goes to his family and for fishing, for example.
Okay,
And this
teacher.
another possibility, and you okay, and so and the positive, negative, and question sentences, you need choose the correct mistake, because in these sentences there are any mistake and you need make a correct verb or auxiliary for these sentences. So, for example, in the first sentences, and he go to bed very early is a mistake, because the correct form of this verb according to the pronoun is he goes to bed very early. In this case, for example. And for the second question, what is the mistake in this question?
Do
Do
they
Yes,
live
yes,
in Canada? Do
yes, because the pronoun is they, and so the auxiliary in this case, according to the pronoun, is do. Do they live in Canada? Okay, perfect. And the number three sentences, what is the mistake according?
and verb letter is I am
the
I
verb to
am
be. The to be.
Yes, Olga. And because in this case, don't the verb to be, because I usually cook. Cook is the word for these sentences. And so
Yes.
the mistake is in these sentences is the verb to be am. And so the correct sentences is I usually cook dinner for my family. Okay, number four. What is the mistake in these sentences? Is correct, are they have
Do. Do they?
do they have
okay, so the mistake is the verb to be are, because the auxiliary for they is do they have
do
a
they have
meeting
meeting
every week.
every week?
Okay, so and for the sentences, number five,
She
what is the mistake?
doesn't. She doesn't.
Yes, she doesn't
Because
like
for cheap
tennis. According to the pronoun, this is doesn't the correct auxiliary. Okay, number six.
um yes. And
Choose John have.
Half.
John?
pero
Yes,
has
yes, is half.
Have enough.
Because do you remember the verb is an infinitive for, because it's a question, and so the verb is an infinitive for. So does John have enough money? And is the correct sentences. Okay, number seven.
he doesn't
No,
know.
He knows.
No,
he
he
knows.
No.
knows.
You
He
need
knows.
add the s in this case for the verb, and so he knows the answer.
He
Okay,
knows the
number
answers.
8.
Teacher,
What is the
excuse me, es
mistake?
que es que en la pantalla solamente la estoy viendo a usted, no puedo ver la imagen de las diapositivas, no sé por qué.
Pero
Oh,
yo sí la veo,
by
profe.
the other person, can you my screen?
Sí, yes,
Yes,
I'm
teacher.
Yes.
I am screen.
So
Yes,
the
teacher.
by is a PowerPoint program. Yes. And so I don't see. Okay. And so I then and the other sentences is number
Level A.
8. Robert, what is the correct in this sentence? Robert
Place.
mm,
Place. Place, place.
plays.
Place.
There are the mistake because it's place. Only
Place.
the mistake is for I. For E,
Okay.
pardon, for he, for it. Robert plays basketball
Place.
on the weekend.
Basketball on weekend.
Okay. And nine, what is the mistake in this sentence?
They have.
Have,
They
Have,
has lot
have
has
a lot.
They
of free
have.
time. And so the mistake for these sentences is the verb is don't has or is have. And so for the sentences number 10, what is the mistake in these sentences?
do they usually driving to work.
What is the mistake, for example?
Driving.
Yes,
Uh,
because it's drive,
driving.
because
Mm.
Angie is for the
Drive.
another past tense, another
And
tense, and so do they usually drive to work?
okay.
11 sentences. What is the mistake?
Doesn't.
Entonces es
Olga, can you
Jenny
that's
doesn't not yes no Jenny doesn't work
Jenny
at
doesn't
the
work.
restaurant.
Jenny doesn't work at a restaurant, for example. And the other sentences, she,
The verb.
the
Worry.
verb,
Ahí
verb,
toca corregir.
because
Yes,
is
I
I,
I
Yes.
S,
I S.
IES. She worries
She
too much
was
about the
about
exam.
the sum.
Okay, so and the other sentences, what is the mistake in this case?
Um, one. My
Eh,
first travel was fun.
travel.
One.
In this case, the mistake is my father wants, in this case, travels, because it's an infinitive verb, because the verb for these sentences is once, and so track is the mistake is for S. My father wants to travel to Spain. Okay, and for the other sentences,
Mm, do you study English?
Why do you study
why
English?
do you study
Why do you
English?
study?
Um,
Yes,
and
and
question.
yes,
Um,
for finish, what is the
He
correct
doesn't.
or the mistake in these
and
sentences?
I and drink
Drink.
and
Drink,
ese
drink,
quitarle la
He
Drink,
S.
doesn't.
because yes,
Ah,
drink,
because the verb is an infinitive
that
form,
thing.
because it's an sentences negative, and so you the mistake is for drink, for the verb. And so for the other activity is
ay,
present simple, and you need complete these sentences with the vowels, for example, A, E, I, O, or U. And can you, and for example,
entonces,
the first sentences, so
um,
K,
uh, Kay has a very busy
Becky,
I you
Bessie, daily routine, for example.
Television.
And so, the sentences number 2.
She always
She
Always.
always gets up
get
at
up
6 o'clock.
at 6 o'clock.
Yes. And number 3.
Then
Then she gets
get washed,
washed
Watch it
and dressed.
and
and
rest.
rested.
And rest. Okay.
After
That, she
Then,
has,
after that, excuse me, after that,
she,
she
she has
breakfast.
has
breakfast.
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 Okay.
Then
Then,
Then
She
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 drives
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 to
to
work
work
at
at 7.
at
7.
7.
At 7.
Yes. And the other
she's
sentences.
she's
She's a
a
Teacher
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 it
at
a
college.
College.
A college.
college.
College. Okay.
College.
And the
She
other
teaches
Teach
She teach
Spanish.
teach
Spanish.
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 Okay.
And
And so for the another class, the homework for the other class is write an anecdote or experience when you were a child. It's in past perfect. You use the past perfect for this paragraph. For example, when I was a child, I lived in a beautiful municipality. So you can see take a photo, for example, or write this homework for the other class.
Okay, teacher. Yes. Achille. I live. Past perfect. Okay.
No, it's a past tense.
Ah, yes, sí, ya. In a, in a, beautiful
Past tense
municipality.
or past simple.
Municipality, etc. Past simple tense. Oh, qué dolor tan grande de cabeza que tengo. Ay.
Yes, finish.
Yes, teacher.
yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, and so thank you for your assistance to class, and remember the next class is on Wednesday. Okay.
Okay, teacher. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Patient.
Okay. Good weekend. And remember the homework, please, and for the class, for the other class. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye
teacher.
bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye.